Yo, what is up? We are back with the 5D ZA Draft League with Yu-Gi-Oh cards and Pokemon combined to make a whole bunch of chaos. Now, this week is a hefty week. A lot of games are for the chance at playoffs, if I do recall. So I'm gonna try to keep up with the cards as best as I can. A lot of stuff happened within the past 2 weeks. Week 7 in this week included. We did have the marble matches, the Tentacruel games, if you will. So check those out. Those were pretty fun. Covered those. You could see matches like inverse battle, metronome battle, doubles battle, triples battle, 1v1s, as well as a combination of a lot of those. So definitely check that out for me. Like, subscribe, and all that. Almost to 50 followers here, or subscribers rather, and would love to see that happen as a, just a milestone here or there or anywhere you want to put it. That's what she said. Anyways, going on into the first match here, we have Pizzaharald versus Thorson. So just gonna give a rundown of their teams as well as any cards that are activated and what potential leads I could see. Okay, so we do have Thorson popping their ult and the Guardian of Ancient Fairies. So just a brief over this real quick. During the beginning of each week round, Monday or Tuesday, they may draft a Pokemon from any tier S to C to their roster and assign it as an effect targeting the opponent's Pokemon for the week, as well as 2 additional players, and applying its tier restriction to all of them. So granted, Thorson drafted Palafin, which is S tier, so that means any of the people that he chose, including Pizza, could not use their S tier mon, if I'm reading that correct. So all affected players are banned from using a Pokemon of that tier for that week, and that effect can be activated up to 4 times, and each tier can only be selected once by Thorson. Afterwards, after all the uses are complete, the drafted Pokemon are returned and treated as tokens, but cannot be used to synchro summon material. Once the effect is fully completed, they may draft either a continuous spell or a regular spell and use its effect for 1 week. So pretty convoluted, but diluted because this thing's polluted. And yeah, let's get right into it. I know that was stupid. 8 bars. Anyways, we got a lot of speed on Thorson's side of the team. I believe this is 110, 126 or other. 124, and then Dragapult, right? So some great bulk here between Violite type Null and Weezing Galar, and even Palafin. Palafin has an amazing HP stat, especially within hero form, having added bulk to that HP stat. And on the opposing side here, we have a lot of stuff that can go on. Pizzaharald does have this Hoopa, which was part of somebody else's team, but they also have their Sacred Dragon here, which can use Terra Fire as well as Sacred Fire, Mighty Cleave, and yeah, I think that's about it. So Scary Dragon here, if played right, played well. Speaking of which, it can do pretty well into most of the team, I think, by passing off burns. Like, this doesn't like to be burned. This, if it's physical, won't like being burned. This, if it doesn't have rest, burn, regardless. So I can see burn doing well here. This might be missing terrain to prevent that, but you do have earthquake, which is weakened to this, and just this, if it's not levitate, because this Pokemon has the levitate ability despite it having electric surge right there. Pinsir could do pretty well, especially given an SD, but it does have to watch out for the Mon's outspeed, because I believe it hits 105. So a lot of things can threaten it, as well as priority. This does seem like it could be an uphill battle for Pizza. So Trick Room looks like it could be the move here. I know this has Trick Room, this has Trick Room. I don't remember if Bruxious does have Trick Room, but a Trick Room team into their offense looks pretty well. Hydreigon hits a lot of things super effectively, despite or outside of their immunity, of course. And Hoopa's just gonna hurt on hit. So as far as leads here, I can see Bruxious as a lead. Scarf Bruxious does look really good into most of the team here. If they lead this, they're switching out for the most part. But could flip turn as well. If it's hard switch, I don't think it has flip turn. And nothing really likes taking a attack from Bruxious with its stab and crunch available. So lead wise, there's a lot of good leads from Pizza's part. I don't think rocks or hazards do much here, but they could lead rocks, Hydreigon, rocks, Rachi. Rachi just looks good to keep in the back for the most part, unless it is starting off with support. So I can't really read the team here. I like to either say Bruxious, Rachi, or Hydra is going to be the lead, as well as maybe just getting Palafin in and out, because you do have good pivots here. You have U-turn. I don't believe this has parting shot yet. As well as maybe even eject button. But yeah, let's run into it. So we see the lucky son of a gun with the Dilladas and the body slam into the very Didipo. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Is this a Diddy party? With 3 of them things is crazy. Okay, so flamethrower, getting it all hot and bothered, and the Diddler comes out. With the Dark Pulse doing damage. Doesn't have the best special defense. Has that Black Sludge. Gonna get a Wisp off on the Rachi. And we do see the body slam. Ancient Power though, being a mix set, Flamethrower is gonna be able to 2-hit KO despite it having or if it didn't have leftovers, I believe, after that burn damage. Diddy is in. Diddy's fast. Diddy's taking a lot of damage. Earthquake is going to be able to drop that. Lips on Diddy is crazy. X-Scissor doesn't get the kill. Crunch will. And Diddy just spilled all that oil. Diddling is crazy here. Crimson Dragon comes out. Amazing shining, by the way. Fire type terrestrialization into the play rough. Very smooth move. Avoids the attack drop and gets the Sacred Fire drop burn. So knockoff's going to do very little damage. Focus Sash. Yeah. You gotta read the cards. Reading. So 0 to hero here. Sub. Bulk up. Drain Punch. Likely. Okay. So the bulk up's going to be there. So max HP, max SpDef, I can see being a thing. Not very fast, but going to have the priority Jet Punch to take things out. So that was Strong Jaw confirmed. And this is, oh, wow. Phenomenal. Okay, so this has a very poor defense stat. Very, 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 very poor. But for it to live, the probably not invested +2 Jet Punch is very big because it had the red card there for it, and then Magician as well. So next hit is going to take the Black Sludge. If it is physical, I think. No, special works too. So it could kill itself right here. So that was a big play. In the Trick Room, we do see the Trick Room. So Destiny Bond's even greater here because you take out this piece of fat. So, okay, Tails. I'm sorry, not Tails. Pizza. Get the burn. Nice. Try attack. Live and learn. That's doing damage. Fire type, of course, now. Mighty Cleave gonna do some damage. There is the rest. I did call that. The Trick Room will perish here, as well as you taking a Sleep Talk work up. So, try attack. Work up is the only way to boost that damage. And it's gonna be some good damage. Like, this thing has amazing stats. Ditto. That's crazy. And the Tri-Attack's gonna take that out. You could knock it out with 3 of them things. Oh lord. And Ditterpolt is in with the Draco Meteor going on it. And the Draco, even with the drop, should take out this Tyrantrum. And very well played by Thorson and their Diddy squad. As well as Pizza here. Very well done. Scarf Pult, yeah. I figured Pult might have been choice locked. Even though with the immense speed, just to get out of the range of any other Scarf Mon that might be there, like the Choice Hydreigon. But yeah, very smart. You try to Scarf something. Yeah, like saying the same. Alright, so let's start off with Pizza's team here with the Focus Sash, Strong Jaw. Very nice done. Lips with the Focus Sash, Strong Jaw. Well. With the Water type move being priority Aqua Jet. Nice. Genie out of bottle with a red card. This was so clutch. Because I do think it was hard to mitigate what this does. I don't think he has access to it anymore after this, but I could be wrong. Reading's hard. Right, Lucky Son of a Gun, didn't get any luck off, had the Wish, Ancient Power, Iron Head, and 3 of them things. So like probably predicting burn or just having something to hit with this is nice. Like burn is okay, like as long as you're doing damage steadily and then body slam, getting off some status. 3 of them things with the Scarf, Defog, Draco. 3 of them things would have had a pretty difficult time trying to take this down, since I do assume it would be fully special defensive as well as HP. Earthquake, return, standard stuff, minus it having not SD, but rather Edgequake, which is really good, in my opinion. Diddy, Lord. Great coverage, great utility. Good job from Pizza taking this out. This thing did some great work. I forgot its ability is battle armor, avoiding crits and whatnot. That's actually pretty good. Extreme speed on the fake out, nice. Raichu, tough. Ditless. Sub, bulk up, jet punch. Drain, shadow. Alright, nicely done. Alright, now we have iLiseq versus General Snorunt here. I love the color scheme of these teams. Like, this is really acid trippy. Like, you got your greens, you got your vibrant purples and whatnot, as well as like some I'm sorry, I'm just getting artsy, like this and Xerneas. If you're looking at it from front, let's actually, yeah, these colors go crazy. And if this was shiny, that'd be dope. So yeah, some pretty interesting looking teams here upon the side of iLiseq and General Snorunt. No cards are in play from my recollection, so let's just collect our thoughts. And this looks good as far as the SD sweeper. Like, you have Poison Jab, you have Mega Horn if need be, you have Earthquake, provided this gets taken out. And like, it's gonna be hard to trap. You could trap with Finny, with Whirlpool, but you do also have things like Flip Turn, Baton Pass for it to get out of. And then the Bronzong is nice. I think this is very clutch against the Xerneas here. And it seems like Scizor actually has a hard time into most of the team that's not Scolipede or this. I can see Dual Wing Beat maybe being a move on Scizor here for the likes of Buzzwole or either of these two, especially since this likes Sash most of the time. Pecharunt here actually looks pretty hard to take down, aside from Finny hitting that, maybe boosted, possibly Bronzong if it's min speed mixed, which I could see having Gyro Ball, or just overall Iron Head. Like Trick looks really good if Finny could get a Trick on one of their regen mons. Likely this. Clear Amulet would be nice as well. Sub for the likes of this or this could be very clutch, and this could sweep outright too, given the opportunity with Flamethrower, Earth Power, and Terra Starstorm. But I mean, this kind of has 4 move syndrome. This is, you have Defog here. I think this has Defog. I might be tripping. Yeah, I think this has Defog, and then Rapid Spin as well. Hazards only on Grin here, and I don't see Spikes really being a thing, but Spikes could be very clutch into this. So starting off, I could see something like Grin getting up Spike if it does have it. Ogerpon can't be Scarf because it has the mask. Scarf Finny actually looks really good here off rip, if you're Scarf Finny, for things like that as well. So I'm gonna say lead would be either Finny or Scolipede. I don't think you prioritize rocks necessarily. You leave this in the back to switch in. Maybe you lead this as well. And yeah, Grin or a Pivot Mon. So Scizor comes out, one of the Pivot Mons, into Buzzwole. Nice. So it stays in. I can only see Dual Wing Beat being a move here. Nope. Okay, so getting the U-turn off. And Fear to the Deer is here. And Terapagos comes in. So this might actually have maybe a Mirror Herb too. Stellar type. So with this here, let's find out why this could Terrasilize. So they ended up drafting the Terra Stellar type of Terapagos Stellar, which is allowed to Terrasilize. So nicely done. It has Terraform 0, which gets rid of terrain as well as weather upon Terrasilization. I don't know if it is on switching as well. So we see a Reflect Up Light Screen as well, to better take hits from Xerneas or whatever might come in. I think Xerneas tries to come in here. Petrarant, truly. With the Tapu Fini coming in, doesn't see any status being that this is in. Do we see the Weakness Policy? Yes! Okay, Weakness Policy Finny can go off Stored Power. Not doing a lot here. I doubt this has Haze. Miracle, that's what it has. Nice. Nicely done, General Snorunt. So this could SD up here, possibly. Yep. We see the SD. Rock Slide, maybe. We see the Mega Earthquake doing some good damage. Sand Tomb going to be there to do some chip. So this is a Trapper set. Nice. You do have access to another SD, which they are going to do. And this is going to be able to take out a good amount of health from anything that it hits. So you have the SD Earthquake again into the X Scissor. That's going to be able to kill from here. You do have the Bullet Punch, which does bring it down. The other form of priority you might have is Greninja. Earthquake, Shukaberry, doing damage. Otherwise, that would have died, and that goes down instead. So Ogerpon is here. Likely an knockoff here. Okay, nice. Tonga Berry. That's for Bug type, if I do recall. Fickle Beam, full power. Love that animation. Recover on the Hell Hydra. Light Screen. Screens are going back up, it seems. And I believe this is AV on this. Dang, that just drops. Alright, Black Mamba's in. Takes the Gunk Shot there. Probably didn't see that coming. Likely a Sludge Wave. But Buzzwole is in. This does have Beast Boost if it's able to knock something out. But between... Okay, nice. They went for a read. That was very bold on Snorunt's part. They basically called that they were likely going to cover in for the Ice Punch. But yeah, very well played. Ice Punch is doing heavy damage. Fickle Beam, not so much. And the Iron Head is going to get the kill there. And attack boost. Alright, so Moonblast should kill there. This might get a 2-hit KO on the Bronzong, which it does. Trying to preserve HP for the likes of Terapagos coming in here. Pecharunt's here. Gets hit by the Flash Cannon, not enough to take it out. It is going to be slower than the Pecharunt, which is pretty scary. Does lose a little bit of health. And Grin is going to be met by the Buzzwole. Spite! Yo! Okay, that was very well genius. I love that. So Spite, if you don't know what it does, it drops your opponent's PP by 4, I believe. And Terra Starstorm has only 8 PP. So you're only able to use it so many times. And then you avoid the attack. So coming in on a Terra Starstorm is actually crazy good, because you avoid the damage and you mitigate it being able to use it as frequently because you're dropping the PP. So Dark Pulse going for potential flinch, gets the flinch into Hydro Pump miss. Unfortunate. Iron Head's gonna take that out, covering for the Zern. And Terapagos comes in here. Wait, ain't no way this is Scarf. Yeah, you're not Scarf. Wait. Okay. Was that an accident? I'm unsure entirely. So can this hold an item? Yeah, it can hold an item. I think they were going for the... Okay, that had to be Mirror Herb. I'm assuming. But I think this is just straight up choice locked. So AV with the Alluring Voice and Mirror Coat, very nicely played. Hell Hydra with the Tonga Berry to mitigate the damage. Protean with the Expert Belt, nice. I love seeing this. This was a good mix set here. Pecharunt with the Nasty Plot, Shadow Ball, Octavius, Sand Tomb to trap, Roost, Heal, get out of here. And the Geomancy. So you did have Geomancy Power Herb. It was smart on iLiseq, if this is Mirror Herb, to try to copy that right there. Because if you get it up on Buzzwole, which you're full HP, you likely don't kill with the Iron Head. So yeah, that was a Hail Mary. I think they already knew their best out, and I don't think they saw the opportunity where if this was +2 special defense, Flash Cannon wouldn't do much. So very well played. Alright, so we got Wild versus Siege here. Now, I don't believe anything's in play. We do have the Megaladios here, and the Whimsicott. Whimsicott looks actually pretty nice into the team. Like, I say that, but bar these two, like Whimsicott can do some things. We do see the double tusk here, and I haven't the slightest clue why. Arctozolt into the team looks pretty good. Freeze dry. You'll need something special to do some significant damage to this. I don't even think Bolt beat 3-hit KOs for the most part. I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't. Arctozolt doesn't look bad. Can clean up late game. The good boy here does some good damage, also cleaning up late game. You do have Psychic Fangs for the likes of Keldeo. You have Crunch. You have, I think Crunch might be in play. You do have your Rock move, of course, and Drill Run. Dragalge here, which I believe is pretty good only into Sinistra and Keldeo. Not so much everything else. And you got the Mega Malamar here, which can do some work. So I can see this doing mad work under Trick Room. Like, you do get a speed increase on the Mega Evolution. And it's starting off as base, which is okay. Like, I don't think it needs to switch in on anything as Mega, even though you get added bulk, but c'est la vie. As far as leads, Treads looks like the best lead here, as well as Tread lightly, Tread or not at all, whatever. You got Priority Defog too, which is pretty clean, especially if this is Sash. This could be a good lead as well, but you are threatened by the likes of Tread. I like this later to clean up, so let's go into it. We see the Whims, we see the Treads, and we do see the Tailwind. Very nice by Siege, avoiding the KO and getting the U-turn in. So Arctozolt comes in, its own way to boost its speed, and just gets dropped by the Sacred Fire, doing some good damage though. Dracovish Jr. gets the Neon Noodle to get the Choice Band knocked off, and the oh, nice coverage. Unfortunately, it's gonna go down after that miss. So I did say Trick Room, but their form of Trick Room was the Sacred Fire, not Sacred Fire. Oh, burn, sucks. But the Tailwind, getting another Mega Kill off, very good for the Neon Noodle here. Knockoff should be doing a decent amount of damage if hit. Flip turn, so Mega Kills on the table. Keldeo is here. Keldeo is clear of the damage that would be brought by the Algae, and now hitting with the Draco Meteor. Not sure if a roll there, getting some guaranteed damage off, as well as getting the drops after the kill. After that drops that. Whimsicott comes in, getting the sack, put it back. Lesser Purge is gonna kill there. Lesser Purge is very strong. Rotorola. So unsure why that was brought in after that went down. Like, you kind of made a double sack. I guess maybe you didn't think it would kill, or you just did it for love of the game. And I like how Lycanroc is still in the back, but you do have some very bulky Mons here, still the bulkiest of the Mons that are left alive. But yeah, I think Dragalge could have stayed in the back there, because you risk this setting up on the likes of Dragalge, even though you threaten it with a Draco Meteor. I think saving this for a little bit later would have bode well, but we'll see how we do. Surviving that and getting the Avalugg to come in, taking the Ice Spinner barely. I mean, barely taking anything from the Ice Spinner. And we are left with the Lycanroc Dusk. Now, I don't think this could kill. Oh, it does. Is this banded? Alright, so let's read a little. Flinch would have been huge. We got one move that hits all these bastards. The problem is I ain't faster than Latios. So pray. So I do think this is banded. Oh, wait, speed type. Unless Adamant. Adamant band is a thing. Yeah, Choice Band's stab. So they're letting it all out the bag here. Strength Sap is gonna... yeah, I think that's in the bag. Even upon crit. And yeah, that thing gets to sit. Good boy. So well done. Look at that damn teacup with a Burning Passion. Not sure if, even if this was alive, if you could hit it pretty well outside of like Ice Spinner. Like, you have Strength Sap, you have Matcha Gotcha, which is really good for Neon Noodle, bar it getting burned, as well as this here, which could have like Blizzard or something like that. But yeah, after the Zolt fumble, unfortunate, but well played. Next game here we have Ace versus Tails. Now we have Diancie on the screen because old gold, fold, bold, all that good stuff, right? So a part of their card is after 3 uses of old but gold, their Hoopa transforms into a non-synchro material Diancie, and Diancie 6 O's, which is another added benefit. They can use cards, blah blah blah, this, that, and the third. Tails team here is pretty legendary. Not even gonna lie. Like, who didn't think Absol was a mega, or not mega Pokemon, but a legendary Pokemon when it was like throughout the playthrough of Gen 3, right? Like it's kind of legendary statuses, kind of like, it's like, oh, whatever. I don't know. I don't know how to put that. Make it make sense. Other than that, we have Naganadel, Ho-Oh, and 2 of the evolutions along with the mythical Pokemon Zarude. Is this mythical? I think this is mythical. Naganadel? I don't know. Versus the mythical Diancie legendary duo of Zapdos and Zygarde, the legendary starter Pokemon of Meowscarada, Paldea, I think so, and the Swallow Lord, which is Ace himself, along with another form of Absol here. Now, I can see heavy damage done to the team from either side here, for real. You also do have illusion on the Zarude on Tails' part due to their ultimate here. So just to give a brief idea of what the ultimate does is it allows you to put Darkest Lariat, Fiery Dance, Ruination onto Zarude for the most part. That's all you need to know from, right? And yeah, so going into the game, Meowscarada looks really good. However, 2-for-1 was activated and Ace cannot use U-turn nor another move. It was some other move. But yeah, U-turn is banned for Ace, and Ace banned one of their moves. Hopefully they reveal that upon the game. But yeah, very scary team, heavy hitting. I know Ace was kind of fearful of Zarude overall, more so illusion, but Zarude definitely has 4 move syndrome, right? Like, it has some great moves, but it kind of needs to boost its attack for the most part if it's going to be offensive. Maybe have access to U-turn or jungle healing, depends on what it wants to do, and then coverage, whether that be knockoff, power whip, rock slide, close combat, you know, the likes. And you can only fit 4 moves, right? And lead Meowscarada does crazy work, like in the Play Rough. Play Rough hits a whole cast that's not Ho-Oh. Ho-Oh can be pretty bulky, especially with Regenerator. Like, you don't do a lot on the first hit of 1,000 arrows. I think you do like 30, 33. Because the first hit's not super effective on the Ho-Oh, despite it being fire type. Wait, why is that? Or is it super effective? I don't know. It just won't do a lot of damage. Starting off, yeah, Meowscarada just looks really good, as well as Diancie too. Like, kind of help cultivate some thoughts, or listen to some thoughts on this side over here. And yeah, let's get into it. I think the lead from them is gonna be Disguised Zarude, and if I'm them, I do disguise myself as maybe Ho-Oh, right? Because nothing wants to stay in on Ho-Oh if you're leading Meowscarada. So we do see the Ho-Oh, we do see the Meowscarada, and Fairy type into the very super effective Ho-Oh. Wait, oh, it's Illusion Zarude, and the SD is here. You don't have anything to fear except get the fuck out of there. Play Rough is gonna do some good damage, or rather chip, doing at least over 12. Sacred Fire into the Zap Trap, hits the crit, hits the burn. You live and you learn. You do have Snow from the Snow Warning and Sandstorm card Ace has. Setting up a screen for the light in front of Bork and the substitute. So one way for this to hit Zigger here is gonna be Alluring Voice, which will be hitting behind the sub if it is doing such. So after which, we're not getting greedy, we're just gonna hit that sub and stalling out those light screen turns. Do we see three more turns? So doing some good damage. You didn't have enough to get those turns down to where light screen would be gone. Power whip onto the Dusk and missing in the Skitter Smack. Good coverage for the likes of Zarude. Based on that HP, Ace did see that it was Zarude. Missing. So everything's nice. Miss the Point is crazy as a name. Triple Axel into the Ho-Oh is going to do 1, 2, 3 times the hits. Doing some decent damage, doing over 30%. Into the Sacred Fire Sack on Zapdos, but we have 1 turn to live, 1 turn to learn. We get up a Reflect. So this is going to be dual screens. And going down. And Diancie is in. Diancie can sweep from here. So Meteor Beam into nice. Doing a good amount. And after this, yo, you know it'd be a crazy play? If on this Protect, right? So like if you read the Protect, getting off another Meteor Beam because you're charging, it's a 2-turn attack. Like you're in Trick Room. Nothing wants to switch into this. But given, you know, you see the Wish Protect is very common on the Umbreon. Getting a boost, an extra boost would go crazy here into like the legit 6-0. Like Meteor Beam, Moonblast, and Power Gem just takes care of the rest of the team there. Having that dual stab and then having speed control as well as boosting your speed and being thick as a fuck. Oh my gosh, he Meteor Beamed. Yeah, this is doing some good damage. Getting the Wish off again. You're protecting again. Do it again. Oh, nice. So killing their own Trick Room turn to bring it back up again. Amazing. Hitting the Meteor Beam, expecting another turn of Protect. Yes, we love to see it. And getting the 1-hit KO. Diancie's geared to 6-0. Like, what is the switching? What is the switching? There is no switching. So this is by way of the damage Zarude. It could potentially KO with the Power Whip. So Trap Soul comes out here. That should have died. I think this is a bulky Absol. Ace is very well known to be, yeah, Trap Soul. That was my name suggestion right there. Hey. So Wish is nice into the Zigger that comes in here. I think you might be healing a good amount. Into the sub, into the Wish, nice. Into the lefties. So Power Whip here. I'm not sure if this is gonna boost. It does boost. So the dual coverage of Skitter Smack and 1,000 Arrows should take out the rest of the team, provided you avoid a burn. You could try to hope for a miss. Oh, there's a Brave Bird. Is this choice locked? Yeah, first hit's not super effective. Second hit gets a kill. So the best move is to sack, I think, for Naganadel, and I think Ace saw that coming as well. So after this 1,000 Arrows, which it goes down, it should have enough HP to sub again, but provided you're faster, you get the kill. Nicely done, Ace. Well played. Well played, my boy. This is a good masterclass of this Diancie usage. Honestly, like the Power Herb, the Meteor Beam, the trick. Like Diancie is a diamond because the pressure it creates, right? And I felt like this was a good addition to Old But Gold because the first name that I wanted for Ace's ability or ultimate was Custom Made Gold. And the story behind it is like there's a lady you know, has jewelry, old lady jewelry, you know how that goes. And yeah, this diamond's very precious to her. That's why it can't be traded away. Kind of funny because Ace is an old lady, and the old lady with the diamond, it's an heirloom and whatnot. That's why it brings such things as like cards and other effects. And it's very precious to her. So she trades in all that gold for this ring at a very young age, and she stays with it. Old but gold. Yeah, so there's a story to it. Lore time. All right, next. These matches have been phenomenal, yo. I'm having a great time. Let's go on to the next game. All right, we have Zach Dundaddy versus an Alolan Vulpix. So both are on the scene here. Both are very sharp. We see... Oh, is this from Professor Sada project? We see the Roaring Moon from the likes of Alolan Vulpix. Very sun heavy team. Are we missing a Pokemon? What's behind here? Heliolisk! So this is a totally revamped Sun team. It's funny because we have another team that was Sun, quote unquote, in the division, but Sun was never brought, and it was just tearing through. RIP your boy Torkoal. Not Zarude, but Cerulege looks really good into the team. The one thing I don't like is this being already Mega Evolution, because you could get Chip off with the rough skin, but I can understand the bulk as well, so that's understandable. Let me see if any cards are in play here. So Vulpix activated their card Blazing Curse for this week, and what that means is they can have mons to hold flame orbs. Basically they target 2 physical Pokemon on their opponent's battle roster. I don't know what physical Pokemon means specifically, but rather the opponent must use these Pokemon, and they must have a Flame Orb as their held item for 1 battle. And the Pokemon that Alolan Vulpix targeted were Mega Garchomp and Ogerpon Cornerstone, which can't hold any other items. So they pretty much just use this card for funsies, which is pretty silly, but I love it. It gives me a reason to, you know, come see the silliness here. So burn and burn. Does that mean you can have Mega Garchomp? Oh, okay. You know what? Maybe that's why. So maybe it is Mega, but holding an item as well, because custom you could do that. And I could see Facade on this. If it is the case. Toxic, Facade, Rocks, maybe Dragon Tail, maybe Spikes. Same with this kind of. You have U-turn for utility. Like, as much of a joke as it is, I wonder if they still have the Flame Orb attached to them. So going right into the battle. I didn't say the leads, but this is what I thought. That's what I thought. Right slot. Doing damage. Sticky Web. Getting out of there. Do we see the burn after this? We do see the burn. Okay. So Earth Power here. Nice. This does have a good special move pool. I do believe it does get dropped a little bit after Mega Evolving. And the Surf. Nice. Love Blazing Curse. So Draco Meteor gonna do some good damage. Ceaseless Edge is gonna take it out while getting up another set of hazards here. While Ogerpon is in, it doesn't get the Flame Orb. I wonder if... Oh, Flame Orb Fling. It does have the Flame Orb. Okay, I messed that up. Basically, I thought this came in... Okay, so it died to the result of blah, blah, blah. Alright, cool. So no more Flame Orb for you. And Ninetales goes down. So, Dundaddy doing a great job of getting rid of those Flame Orbs or mitigating what it would do. Taking some heavy damage. the Ninetales, getting the Reed. That would have been a nice fling to have gotten off. Yeah, into Ivy Cudgel. The webs are coming in clutch here. So yeah, this can only raise its attack under the guise that it was a speed boosting nature, but you got the drop, so it raises its most latent attack. I mean, most latent stat, which is attack. Of course, it's roaring fucking moon. So that's pretty good if you're trying to outspeed it with anything that's like maybe Scarf. Ivy Cudgel is gonna do great damage. Getting the U-turn off, not playing any games. But that also could be choice locked. Alright, Earth Power in from the typical set. Dropping it with the Psychic Fang. Took a lot after that Life Orb. Sucker Punch could come out here. Sucker Punch is there, and that is out of there. Piggy comes in. Piggy drops it with the Earthquake. I'm sorry if that was a headphone user violation. So I haven't seen any like of heavy duty boots from Alolan Vulpix. They probably weren't worried too much about the webs, but the webs could be coming in very clutch here, provided that this is not provided this isn't Scarf. Weather Ball should kill, even if this is thick fat plus the sun and solar power. Otherwise, Piggy can win here with the likes of Earthquake and Ice Shard. Let's see. Earthquake is going to take that out. No sash. Well played by the Alolan Vulpix there. And Ice Shard here to take out Amore. So, very well done by Zach. Very well done by Alolan Vulpix. More so Zach with having the nerf of having the 2 flame orbs. They played around that amazingly. Going into this team here with the counter, love it. Focus Sash counter, lovely. In the rocks, we got the growth set off the typical set. Amore with the choice band. Okay, makes sense. And I believe it was a speed boosting nature originally, because there's no reason you have like a lower attack unless to get this attack stat. I mean this stat here higher for the speed boosting processes. So they were basically Life Orb choice band. Kitsune with the Heat Rock Memento to get up out of there. Nicely done. It wanted to die for the most part. Heliolisk with the Life Orb Solar Power. Does have the Weather Ball. Does have the Focus Blast. Dragon Pulse with the Weather Ball. And the Blazing Curse Lover. With the Sharpness AV, Sucker Punch into Razor Shell, Ceaseless Blizzard. Blizzard is clean here, boy. What are you doing? I love this. I love this. With the Brave Nature, too. Yeah, I love that. That's dope. Blizzy. Alright, going on to the next Glizzy Gobbler of the game. And, of course, mentioning Glizzy Gobblers, you have Muck and you have Duvy. Now, Duvy did lose Tinkaton to Muck on their marble match. So go ahead and check that out. And they do have the Mega Dragonite as well. Duvy does have Luna Chaos Kitty in effect, which if you don't know by now, you should know. LC Mons can exceed their limits by adding 252 into each stat that they have, as well as giving it any priority move that exists in the game and access to terrestrialization. So yeah, Duvy's LC Mons have that, and Charizard's back to being a bum. But it is here. It is here nonetheless. So I can see Charizard actually doing some crazy work in the belly drum sense, right? You do have to watch out for Scarf this. You speed that. I can see Fake Out being the lead here. You do have upper hand that can be used by a slew of these mons. And not Diancie. Magearna, depending on the set, could outright sweep. But you do have to watch out for Seismic Toss. You don't have the best HP stats on the crew, so Seismic Toss actually goes in here. Getting up rocks is nice for Muck here, as well as leading some to kill. Maybe like Specs into like just a hard hitting move, maybe even Crook. Could have the Magician, Pickpocket, Air Balloon as well. So Tingaton comes out, Greninja is here into fuck with it. Fuck it, we ball. Into boobies. You're missing a number there. Okay, so we do see the Celebi trick, the normal gym. Oh, is this explosion or self-destruct? Rock steady, Cam steady. Yes, very much so. Okay, this has to be a berry because you normally would try to avoid taking 50 HP from rocks. You would try to get it to the point where you take 51, but we do see the belly drum. I did call that. We do see it go down to 25. What berry do we see? Do we see a berry? We don't see a berry. What are we doing? Citrus berry was already 8. My bad, I'm dumb. Okay, so the berry is nice. Scale shot, 1 2 3 hits is gonna be doing great damage into that. Gonna get the regenerator. And the fire move here, Blaze Kick. So Blaze boosted, okay. Extreme Speed's gonna take that out, unfortunately. But okay, properly popped off. Ghost Terror would have went dummy. So true. Alright, so Boobies comes in. I mean 8008 135. Fuck it, we ball. Darkest Lariat. This could be crucial. I do believe, yeah, one of their priority mons come in here. Priority? What? Where am I from? The Scale Shot break multi-scale. Yes. Just forgot this does not have Intimidate. Did I just forget? Probably. But this could be a bait by Duvy. So taking a good amount of damage, gonna get some off as well. Magearna's here, gonna take a nasty earthquake, so the boobies just flop out. Heart of the Cards is here. Extreme Speed, nice. So double extreme speed. Maybe Muck wasn't seeing that coming, or they went for a attack that might kill the Skitty here. Did you not heal? Wait a minute. Why do I feel like this didn't heal? Is this? No, you're not Mega Bro. Am I tripping? I gotta see y'all. Cause it took that much. It didn't heal. It didn't heal. It didn't heal. What is this? Is this Oblivious for Intimidate? Own Tempo for Intimidate? Oblivious for time? What are we doing here? So, Cosmic Power. Oh, yo. Body Press. You're going to have to heal up here, boy. Got the Wish. You got the Toxic. Unfortunate. Wonder Skin. So, Wonder Skin is amazing here because... yeah, unfortunate. It's amazing there. Unfortunately, it did not avoid the Toxic from Slowbro. Which Slack Off comes out from Slowbro. So this is on timer. Unfortunate. Assist with the Darkest Lariat. Rocky Helmet. The Body Press. And I don't think Grin can take this out necessarily with the Power Up Punch that it has. Gonna avoid the Body Press kill. So that's good. Into the Mega Grin, Night Slash. Go off. Unfortunately, doesn't get the kill. That would have been clean. This actually could have won the game. provided it did enough damage. Like, I think you KO Celebi. You do have good coverage. You have Chansey here, which could be Violite and bulky. Like, I do think you have Gunk Shot. So Power Up Punch, Night Slash, Gunk Shot. Water move doesn't even seem great here for the most part, but yeah, I want to see what you had. Fuck it, we ball. With the Moxie, Choice Scarf, Gunk Shot. Mienfoo was banded, doing some good damage. Banded. Liquidation, Night Slash, Ice Punch. Okay, Ice Punch I could see being pretty good for these two as well. As well as really good into Dragonite. Unfortunate. Good bulk investment here. Yeah, like Muck's team is very fat. Very easy to overlook it doing a lot of work off glance. But yeah, quick game here. Explosion with the Drain Kiss, Volt Switch. Yeah, I would have popped off. Boobies. Pop off. 60. Boom, boom. Nice. All right, very well done. Going into the next set of matches from the other division. Okay, so we have Xander versus SeneorChang. I do believe somebody acted something. Let me make sure of this. Xander, I don't think they pulled a card. Okay, I'm a liar. I activate redraw, lose my hope in humanity, and send Deoxys back from whence it came. So I don't know what that does. Let's check. Okay, redraw doesn't really have an effect on the battle. They can basically change out two of their cards, two of their Pokemon, yada yada yada. All right. So other than that, let's get right into the attack. This match is Flames on the back. Let's see. Lando looks really good. If it's Gravity Lando, yo, pop off. Y'all watch my Z Gravity Lando video, please. I have a couple of those. They go in crazy. Sharpedo looks pretty nice here. Like Earthquake can't. Like Skarmory seems very hard to take down. Outside of their clear fire type advantages. But you do have the likes of Drill Run on Skarmory. Like I could see Sub Skarm being good too, like in case you're not faster. Agility is also a move because you don't have much speed control outside of here unless you're Tailwind, which is pretty crazy in itself. But Tailwind Eruption into the team looks crazy. Gotta be Flash Fire on that. Flash Fire for the Heatran. Air Balloon would be very good. Sub to avoid Toxic is a thing as well. Ice Fang. Dugong's hard to take out here, it seems, outside of some things like Haxorus. Pharaoh Fire. So yeah, great immunities on this team here. Good coverage in team building by the likes of SeneorChang. Like, do you one-shot anything off Scarf? You do have Scarf Hydro Pump, Scarf Earthquake, Scarf Earth Power for the likes of Garchomp here, which could be a thing. I don't see any practical lead here other than Typhlosion maybe, because you want to avoid the rocks if they have rocks. You could also taunt rocks. You can, yeah, I think you just, yeah, let's just go for it. So Sharpedo, Toompedo's out here with the Garchomp. Garchomp does come in with the Outrage. Outrage is really good. This makes me believe it is Scarf. We do see the +1. It is Scarf. Called it. So, being that you're stuck, right? Volcarona or Tunerona here. Likely if it's a booster energy, you have like 136 invested in bulk, but you do have the air balloon here. So I'm not sure if this is bulk invested or if this even takes it, which it doesn't, and it just drops. So Umbreon Orlando comes out here. So basically saying, I threaten you staying in here. I threaten your life. If you want to keep it, run. So neat, interesting, very well done. That's what I would have done as well. Toon Harvester here can best hit this with a Focus Blast. Otherwise, a Weather Ball Sunny Day would be crazy. We see the Earth Power, immune. And they got to get up out of here. Drill Peck does a lot of damage. Holy crap. If that SDs, it's going crazy. Which Foul Play is there for that potential SD, I'm sure. Rocky Helmet into the Iron Barbs chip as well. Brings that down very likely. Skarm now comes in to kill Umbreon, but getting up some mid-game hazards. Earth Power into the Gyro Ball. Can't get higher than that, right? Into another Gyro Ball. So the Psychic there. Maybe they want to kill on something specific. Let's see. Because Earth Power kills the Ferrothorn. You keep this in. You don't want to DD on this because it has the Gyro Ball. Like if this was to get a boost, live, does it win? I don't much think so. So I'm curious on the Psychic play other than to keep this alive to set up on. So let's see. You're going to take damage from that. Okay, I get it. The speed into the loaded dice. Unfortunate miss. These hits are going to matter. Yeah, unfortunate. Sorry for not wishing you good luck. And the Umbreon Wish is going to be good for it. If this doesn't have the access to the SD, but you have dual damage on this that is flying type stab, which is nice. You get the 2-hit KO possibly and more likely from that. Foul Play doing a really good decent amount. I think it has the Drill Run. Oh my gosh. Blacephalon has an amazing attack stat. Don't sleep on it. Getting a Mon down. Getting the Earthquake. No Toxic. No Toxic from SeneorChang would be very unlikely. We do see 3 out of the 4 moves revealed. And you have to play through your protects and misses on Magma Storm. So that kind of sucks there for SeneorChang. Getting the crit, good for them. But they also have the Wish, which is great for them as well. I would love to see Pear Song Dugong. Take that out. Magma Storm. And I believe, if I'm right, you only have 4 more. So getting some HP through the protects. You're going to be very healthy as Umbreon coming through here, even though you're trapped, per se. Like, you could get the switch in on the Typhlosion. But there's the Earthquake. Okay, try to read the Type Flow. Gonna be getting very weak here. Saving the Heatran. So the Heatran save is nice just in case it is Flash Fire and then you are choice locked. Okay, so Ferrothorn's gonna get some damage off with the chip of Rocky Helmet and Iron Barbs into the Toonbrion. But yeah, Toonbrion's doing mad work. Garchomp here is Scarf. You do get the Outrage. You're doing the most damage you can, but you're setting yourself up for a Foul Play on Switch Out. The crit hit does get the kill. Possible roll, possible don't matter. Outrage is going to get the other crit hit. Oh my gosh. So very well tried by Xander here. Unfortunate, they did try, and got so far, but in the end, it didn't really matter. They tried so hard, but yeah. Okay, Psychic Fangs, Crunch, Protect, Ice Fang here with the Choice Scarf, Eruption, Flamethrower. This was Flash Fire as well. Shadow Ball, lovely addition for it to learn now. Toon Harvester with the Rock Polish and Psychic Knockoff Earth Power. But yeah, they definitely tried to set up with their Red Eyes Toon Dragon here, with no happiness. Why do you have no happiness? This is genuinely funny. Like, imagine it was just so unhappy it didn't want to hit more than 2 shots, or it wanted to miss. Like, you gotta have a happy boy. Why is there 0 happiness? Oh lord. Toon Rona with the Air Balloon, Agility, Fiery Dance, Discharge, Dazzling Gleam. So Dazzling Discharge of fiery quirks. That sounds crazy. A Dazzling Discharge of fiery. Anyways, Toonbrion with the standard set going off crazy into the team. Getting off 2 kills as well. Scarf Chomp go Burr, and Burr indeed it did. 0 IVs in attack, even though you did get downed in 1 shot, because this attack stat is phenomenal. Overheat, Flamethrower, Shadow Ball, Trick. Trick would have been really nice into that Umbreon provided it lived, but you do have Protect to Scout as well. The Dugong is AV with the Fling of AV. Interesting. The Fling damage into what though? I would have to see the team on that part. That's interesting. I like that. Cook with the sassy nature. Okay. Pharaoh, pretty standard set. Garchomp with the Fire Blast coverage, very nice. Skull Shot just to get the hits in and get out, aside from locking in the Outrage, possibly even getting faster than a quirked up Toonrona. And standard, or not standard rather, Trailblaze here with the full HP invest, and the Skarmory with the Roost Defog. Okay, so I'm not sure what hazards Xander has inherently on their side, but yeah, very well played here. These are some great games, and we're going on into another great game here, it seems. We have Gun versus Ant. Yeah, I believe this thing is one of their abilities, the Genesect thing. I have yet to read the Genesect ability, or card. So let me do that. So anytime that you have seen Gun use the Genesect, they use their ultimate 4-shot Genesect. So after week 5, they gain the ability to use Genesect with Terrassalization and Terra Blast for 4 rounds. They must also announce that they are using this effect for that week that they activate their ultimate. And all 4 uses have been consumed, or after all 4 uses have been consumed, this card can be used as a Synchro Terra for a Steel type. So, nice. Okay, one thing I don't like here is you can tell this is Genesect Shock, right? Based on the drive that it has. But you have Thunderbolt on Genesect. Like, maybe I don't remember how much damage it does. Hold on, let me do some research. Okay, I can shut right the fuck up. Like, I can always tell. Like, it's not something I look for, but it's something I recognize because I'm an artsy-fartsy ass nigga. And, yeah, the colors and details of Pokemon just stand out to me. I might be autistic, JK. I don't know, maybe. Shout out autism awareness. But yeah, I know this is shock because the bright color, because I think the default is like orange. But yeah, I had to check in to see the base power of Technoblast, and yeah, I'll shut right the fuck up. It's basically a no miss Thunder. So Thunder looks pretty good into the team, but you don't get paralysis with it, per my recollection. But again, download could go crazy here. I do know that it's probably special based off of that. It could be mixed as well, but just to get Corviknight out of there, like Flamethrower is pretty good. But yeah, you're doing more damage. But the shock type isn't gonna do much against anything else. Like, I think I like the fire type better. Especially because Ant does have access to Golisopod, and I'm trying to think of their other mon. Because you don't hit this super effectively. You don't hit this at all. This resist, and yeah. So being fire, you would just have this as a resist. You could have Ice Beam as well. Fire hits this, neutral against this, neutral against this too. That's where like fire and ice is nice. And then you do 120, you got Fire Blast. But yeah, that's my initial gripe. Whimsicott looks amazing here, not even gonna lie. Hitting 4 of the mons for very super effective damage with Moonblast, as well as getting up some rocks is pretty nice. You have a good spin blocker, but this thing does hit hard. But as does this. You can come in, you can spin block, you can do some damage. I don't know if this has pursuit. So I could see lead of hazards to get this down. I do recall Gun initially having some issues with D-Dance Rayquaza. So yeah, let's see how that does here. Very physical team too, so one of these could be special as well. Likely this being special because physical. Yeah, and we see a lead of maybe Rock's Ape. I doubt that from Ant. Ant likes to set up and get up out for the most part. They like to do big fun dumb damage if requires. Otherwise they can set up and yeah, do some things. Let's see the leads. Yeah, so yeah, that bright yellow just pops out. So it says Genesect Shock 2 if you hover over it. There's so many dishonest. Mega Rayquaza is super dishonest. Genesect honest as fuck. Honestly, I do think Genesect's kind of honest. Like, that's just me. So Fairy type Terra Blast into Poison Chain is pretty good. Do get up the rocks with the Ape. So very nice. Iron Chain Burb comes out here. Terra Blast into. Now, if you don't read it, you won't see it coming. But into the Technoblast. So does over half, which is pretty good. I've not missed much. Iron Chain Dragon does come in here. We see the Fire Blast getting the hit off, doing some good damage. Is this Specs into the Dissipated Winds, and the Ceaseless Edge is going to take out the Poison Chain with the crit. Iron Hands, Iron Chain Coil into the Aegislash. Immune to that Drain Punch it is, and gonna get right back up to full. Iron Defense is gonna be there. I guess Rayquaza comes out here. Yeah, so this is gonna be the special attacker. Get red. Earth Power, nice. Do we see? Okay, no switch up. So I'm pretty sure it could have taken one, but not sure if that was Specs damage or not too. So Taunt is very nice for the Roost. Doesn't allow that to defog or Roost. Getting up the rocks, doing more damage. Am I a liar? Did I not see this get shipped down? Okay, heavy duty boots, I think. Oh wait, no, it's flying. Duh. All right, knock off the cough. Knock that cough off. Infestation was nice. Unfortunately, not doing much. Probably try to catch it. Iron Chain Snake is in. Do we see Roar? We see U-turn. Nice. Whimsicott is here, likely to Encore, but you do have extreme speed you gotta watch out for, which is gonna be faster. Getting the hit. You do have Age Slash that can be brought in, and I think Iron Chain does read that. They are not boots. And the Lando comes in, dropping that attack stat, but for not, because this thing is puffed up with the Ice Beam. Great coverage from Rayquaza here. And I think Gun is also calling that it is very much choice locked. So Shadow Ball should be enough to take out the Iron Chain Burb, but is not. That seems fully Spadef. Missing out on the Roost. Okay, so that was a choice. There's two things, or three things, that I can see happening here. You take the chip. You get the Shadow Ball. So if I'm here, right, you could defog if you care. Don't know if you do. Maybe it doesn't even have it. The other thing is, okay, if I Roost, I get Encored into roosting again, then oh no, I'm at full HP. How dastardly. Like the other thing is you could Roost into this having the fighting type move and then you die. That's a possibility. There's a lot of things that might go through Ant's head here, none of which I am sure of. But just some of those possibilities I can see happening. Because they chose to get some damage into this, which makes this seem like it's fully HP invested. Like you do have the Iron Defense, King Shield with the lefties. This doesn't get body press due to my recollection. So the body press could be in fear of Ant in their head after that Roost. So yeah, just curious. What was going on there, bub? So getting Age Slash in here to take the 1,000 arrows. Gonna go down. Believe they just wanted damage here. Genesect Shock is in. Do I see the Ice Beam? Or you got Terra Fairy. I guess Ice Beam's not really necessary. Terra Fairy is smart too. Delta Stream. Protect. Nice. So this is really good if he's calling out that, yeah, you're choice locked. This should get 2-hit KO'd if it is Specs. And I think that's Scarf maybe. Ceaseless Edge, gonna do some damage for whatever comes in. Sucker Punch to get it all the way down. Iron Chain Coil is here. Going to hit the knockoff, get the Assault Vest off for the betterment of Moonblast and Terra Blast. Which Genesect comes in, gets a download. Terra Blast is gonna take that out. So very well played. And you guys said Rayquaza was an auto win. Unfortunately, Ant, since they've had their dub against me, getting the Rayquaza, has not yet taken a dub with it in stock. Because of excellent prep, I think, by the opposing side. Like, this is really good. Protect, Scout, Terra Blast, and Techno Blast, doing some great damage. Encore, very good. To lock you in. Like, I think these were some great plays too, minus the Corv that I'm just unsure of. And this here, like if you had Strength Sap, that's pretty good. Unsure what you had for the most part. You wanted to trap the likes of what though? Because this could pivot, 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 this could pivot. Everything minus Age Slash, and you don't trap that in because it's Ghost type. Lost to a bad roll. I don't know. I don't. Let's check that out. Okay, so this could have been a roll. Right, the Sucker Punch. So I'm guessing they were Scarf. Right. Because, yeah, that could be possible. Like, I think keeping this alive would have been nice too. Just roosting, seeing, having that information, especially if this was going to go down regardless. Yeah, I think you could have preserved that or made the attempt. Going on to the next game. All right, we have Knight F3OP versus Flames here. This seems like, oh, so Flames activated their ability, their ultimate here. So Rose of Endless Night allows Flames to ban one of their own S tier Pokemon or Mega Pokemon for that game and reveal it to their opponent. And then they are able to choose two of their opponent's Pokemon and ban them for that round. So they banned the likes of Mega Dragalge and Xerneas. And they cannot ban both the S tier and Mega at the same time. So this effect can be used up to 3 times per the tour. And each time their own Pokemon is banned by this effect, it gains an additional 128 bonus EVs in the stat when it returns. And this bonus can only be applied twice total. So like you can stack it and then use the effects of having it twice, right? Where it has boosted stats and only affects one returning Pokemon at a time. And the stats cannot be boosted more than once. The same stat can't be boosted more than once. The final EV spread must be sent to the Overseer for verification. So that was a little buff that I gave to the card, kind of, or whatever, when I designed it or revised it, whatnot. So being that, you know, they put a Pokemon down, they can get a buff on it returning. So it's a high risk, high reward situation, kind of. So they banned their Latios, which looked good into their team, into Night. But they brought a very scary team. I think, especially with these two, like these two could just outright sweep. Vikavolt for webs, pretty great, especially if you don't have to speed tie versus this, if you're very offensive and worry about something like T-Wave, or even Dragon Dance from this. It could be Boots. This is just a very good switch in overall to the likes of Keldeo and Vaporeon. And Grin can clean up very well. It is Mega Grin. On the opposing side of Night, you have a couple of great leads here. You have Screamtail here, which can set up screens, especially for setup that they could do. Like, their damage output goes crazy. Dusclops, very good switch in on the likes of boosting this, or even this, or this, because you do have Haze available to you, as well as Plain Split and Nightshade. Because Nightshade hits everything. Keldeo looks really good with the Sacred Sword into Calm Mind Surf. Like Sacred Sword, Surf, Sacred Sword, Surf. Looks really good if you could get that boosted. Even Specs. So Trick Room could look nice here too. Body Press does go crazy into most of the team. Vikavolt doesn't care about Body Press or Earth move. Maybe Shadow move, Ghost move. This ain't Pokemon Coliseum. What? Quillfish can do some crazy stuff too. If it can get up a Swords Dance, it could outright sweep with Life Orb and the likes of that. But lead from them. If they want to get webs up immediately, I think go Vikavolt, as well as Grin is a option here. Threatening things like Gunk Shot on their lead here. Extrasensory, Surf, and hitting this with something physical, or U-turning. Power Whip is really good into the team too, like Power Whip and Rock Slide. What do you do? But yeah, what do we do? So Knight used their 2-for-1, banning Shift Gear and Substitute from the likes of Flames, and Flames did ban Wish, so Wish is not going to be on Screamtail nor Vaporeon here. And yeah, banned was the Xerneas and Mega Dragalge here in the Lottie. Lord, the most restricted match ever. Violence. So good luck, have fun in chat. Leading off with Vikavolt, and you get the Intimidate off of Sir Quilliam III. And Jiggle My Puffs comes in onto the Thunderbolt crits. Big crit. Shout out, if you know, you know. Doing crazy damage to the Puffs there. Vikavolt is doing mad damage, making me think it's invested into Spatak. In the Mirror Herb off the Tornadus. Lord, Xander. So this is pretty smart. You're getting the bulk up to even out that damage. This is Screaming Acrobatics with the use of Mirror Herb being procced immediately. So this seems like it was built straight up for this. And the Flare Blitz hit in the burn. Unfortunate turn. And that would have taken it out to in the red at the +2. But Flare Blitz does take that out. And Earthquake for the Shuca Berry into Earth Power is going to get mitigated by that screen. I think that's a little bit of a bulky set, so you're going to be able to take that. In the Morning Sun, coming in clutch into another Earth Power crit. Unfortunate hit. That light screen is going to do a bit because of that screen. And oh shit. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Guarantee. There's going to be a Mega Greninja. Not sure if it has the same buff to Water Shuriken upon Mega. We do see the sub. Toxic is going to be on the Dusclops. Seismic Toss. Seismic Toss? Not Nightshade? Because Seismic Toss doesn't hit the Rock Bottom Boy. Yeah, question mark. Nightshade? Yeah. Same here. Silky Smooth is in on the Vaporeon. Barb? Excuse me. Okay. We bring in Zarude. Vaporeon. Okay. So nice double. Because this is just going to threaten the likes of Rock Bottom there. Silky Smooth Baton Pass out after getting that drop. So Dusclops is in. Gunk Shot is going to hit, doing some great damage. Crunch might kill from that range if it has it. Rest is here though. So good use of Baton Pass over Flip Turn because you get momentum so long as you Dry Pass, meaning you can't pass the stats nor a substitute. For likes of Volcanion to come in here, because Flip Turn is its most prevalent move to pivot. Now you have the likes of Baton Pass, which just gets off the pass regardless, provided you're not taunted or imprisoned or out of PP. Thunderbolt Light Screen Weekend says who? Quilliam comes in. Sir Quilliam III. Sorry. And Dusclop comes in here. So SD. And they SD'd again. Oh, are we getting greedy? So is that the first turn asleep? That's turn number 1 asleep onto their own rest. So they're guaranteed to wake up on the next turn here. And Crunch is going to take that out. And I think this is GG. Provided you hit your Gunk Shots if need be. Zarude comes in. Gunk Shot is there. Sir Quilliam III getting its 4th kill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, online 5. So nice, well played by Sir Quilliam III and the likes of Flames here. I want to see Flames team. I mean, I did get to see it after this battle. But yes, Vacuum Wave, Substitute, Surf, Toxic. Vacuum Wave, pretty clutch in case this does get out of hand. Gets a speed boost as well as Greninja. Pretty clutch, not having to rely on taking a hit, then hitting back. Like Clay on those Poofles with the Psychic Noise. Cirquilium the Third, Swords Dance, Agility, Crunk Shot. Kronk. Leroy with the Heavy Duty Boots. Leroy Jenkins. Earth Power, Flare Blitz with the Dragon Dance, Morning Sun. Very unfortunate burn on the part of Flames there. Rock Bottom with the Body Press, Iron Defense, Nightshade, Iron Defense with the extra Iron Defense. Yawn, Hill Bell, Baton Pass, Rest. So this is a very good set, provided it doesn't get taunted, rather. Yeah, Baton Pass, Yawn, which allows it to pretty much get in what it might need to set up, like these two here, or even the sub Toxic. Signs of what that boy called Suicune here. All right, next game. All right, so we have Swaggyboii versus Invisible. And I believe we have a Mega Meganium. Otherwise, what you doing with Meganium, man? Let's see here. Retro. I think this is pretty good into their Dracovish. Like Dracovish still does a lot, but you do have Roost. You can run bulky. You don't fear much if this doesn't bring Crunch. Dracovish is Dracovish though still, so something to be worried about. Like you have Vicious Rend. You have Leech Life to hit this. You have Crunch for this. You have Poison Fang, but I doubt you bring Poison Fang. There's no reason you bring Poison Fang for the most part, unless you're hip like that. You got Salazzle, which looks pretty good into the team. As far as the leads, I can see Weavile or Treads here. Like they could prioritize getting up rocks to break Sashes or Terra Shell if it's not the Boots variant. You have Sand Sweepers. Zoroark looks pretty good here. Fire and Dark, as well as I think it has Sludge Wave. Ghost kind of crazy here, right? Fire, Sludge Wave, Dark, and yeah, whatever. If you're Nasty Plot, something gets nastily hurt. Pairs well with the likes of Darkrai and Salazzle here. So I think the lead is Zoroark, and either Treads with knockoff or Stealth Rock, or knock off straight up, because nothing likes being knocked off. So you could just really go into Salazzle and just get a hit off. Darkrai is going to be the first one here. Weavile is the first one there. His name is Invis. So off rip, I can probably tell this is Zoroark because either Salazzle or Darkrai is going to be their Sandstorm setter because of their card. So 1 Zoroark, 2 Zoroark, 3 dead. All right. And yeah, I think this would have been a better lead too, just if it has Sash, because we know that now this doesn't have the Sandstorm ability, which I'm pretty sure is being brought. Darkrai has it. And I'm here. Hey, this is supposed to be POW. Oh yeah, I just got sent this link. I didn't know what was going on. So Flamethrower, pretty good damage. Encore, why? No, especially if you're Corrosion, right? Because you are Corrosion. You know how I know? You're oblivious on the other, if you're oblivious, you don't take the attack drop. If you didn't take the attack drop, then you're Corrosion. So I want to say you might have Toxic on here. Maybe you expected this to not kill. Maybe you expected this to be Scarf. Because even if they DD here, you don't Encore and get it. Because Like if you were slower, okay, but nice pump. Special. Yeah, so I don't know. Alright, Dark Rise in here. You do have access to Ice Beam, Focus Blast, and Dark Move, or even Sludge Wave, which looks really good into the team. I don't think you need a boost. There's an Ice Beam doing some great damage. Focus Blast gets the hit. It's not Scarf, so you go down. You go down. In the Life Orb, I'm sorry, not Life Orb, the lefties. So nice. You turn to Decidueye. This is gonna get its Terrestrial broken. And I believe we see the Mega here in the Starstorm. Alright, so doing some pretty decent damage, not enough to 2-hit KO, but this Solar Beam is gonna do massive damage. And getting it down, yo. Hey, yo. Oh, sorry, excuse me. That sand chip definitely helped out there. You might have Pursuit on this. I don't think anything wants to necessarily come in. So low kick is gonna be there. Nicely played. Yeah, that roll on Meganium was big for the most part because you neuter its kill gaining. Or cuck it from rather. Rock Blast, nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Making me believe that might be the dice. So very nice. One to preserve that. The Decidueye does come in here for the Fish's Friend. That still does damage. Oh my gosh. Fish alert for real. The chip is gonna be nice if it was to stay in. However, it's not gonna be able to stay in. This is going to get a kill with the Moonblast, but the Sandstorm is up, meaning that Val is not going to be the fastest pal. So Mince comes in here, minces the attack from that stat, gets the Iron Head, and gets a clap back with a Rock Blast, and that might be your ass with 3 hits. Yes, it is. Alright, so pretty great here. Iron Head is going to be able to 2-hit KO this. Provided a flinch, you keep a lot of HP, so that's very big. But you do have the Iron Valiant, which is going to take a kill with the CC. However, you see the Sash, and that means that's your ass with the -1. You're done. You're out of here. And this might get clear with the Ice Shard. Triple Axle, that's a crazy risk. I don't think you're banded. I don't think you're banded. I mean, provided like that switched in, that would be the best. Unless you have knockoff. I don't think you're banded. Triple Axle was a risk, but it paid off. Draco Vish with the Triple Axle. 1, 2, 3. And the Leech Life, yes, popping off. Because that heal is going to be for real a big deal because you're out of the range for this to kill. Bars. 1, 2, 3. Yes, that Triple Axle is going to get the 3 hits, but the life is leeched and the defense are breached. GG's. I did watch this as it did happen. And yeah, very big leech life consideration. Outside of that, I do remember this being Scarf. And I'm like, dang, are you just not fast enough? And bro wasn't fast enough. So that leech life was very clutch. Provided that, like, say this was still alive, you would have to go for the Fish's Friend. But I was thinking you're faster. Next game. Alright, so we have Ozzie versus Austin here. Now, Austin did draft the Mewtwo. And Ozzie's just big chilling. As far as... Wait, I see an imposter among us. One of these guys might have a Mega, one of these guys might not. These guys might both have Steelix for whatever reason. But looking into the team here, Skeledirge can do some things with this down for the most part with Earth Power and Torch Song, as well as Slack Off and maybe Toxic too. Toxic looks pretty nice on the likes of Togekiss. You want to avoid any air flinches air slash flinches. This would come in nicely, but you do have to watch out for the T-Wave flinch tech as well. T-Wave just looks good into the entire team, even Steelix. Oh my gosh, I would love to cook with my Togekiss sets. Don't make me play draft anytime soon. Glare looks pretty decent into two of these mons, particularly Monkey and Kiss. Yeah, I think you lead Cobalion. You force this to defog. You get your rocks up with this, or maybe even Steelix itself. This looks like it cleans up with just coverage, Gen 1 coverage. And yeah, let's go right into it. So we do see the Cobalion and the Steelix. They might exchange rocks, but I'm a liar. One rock. Earth Power is going to bring that down to sturdy immediately. And the Body Press is going to bring that down to the ground immediately. Levitate, I hardly know her. Iron Head onto this, not going to do much damage, but damage from the Rocky Helmet there. T-Wave on this, nice. And the taunt. So no Leech Seed after that. And they stay in. So they're getting their chip off with their Rocky Helmet. And they're going to try to chip this down. However, it does have Regenerator and the Giga Drain. So doing a decent amount of damage. Not healing too much, but just doing sustainable chip. And we have the Electric Surge on the Ampharos. Alright. Ampharos got out of there. The Giga Drain. I'll post the card up for the Ampharos Electric Surge stuff. Zen Headbutt is going to be pretty nice. See, I like Mold Breaker on Ampharos though. Like you do have more power, yeah, but like Focus Blast just one-shotting. Who knows? Alright, so Giga Drain does take that down. Goes down to the combination of Rocky Helmet and a little bit of chip. Snorlax is in. It's going to be taking that pretty well. Could be thick, fat. We do see the Toxic. Unfortunate for the Skeledirge, and there's no way to get off of that unless you do have the rest. And you're not going to rest if the Electric Terrain is up. So, nice bring in, I think, by Ozzie, if that consideration was made. Scorching Sand's going to do a lot of damage that turn. Get a burn, get a Volt Switch, get a good hit, and you're going down to the Toxic. Down with the sickness. We do see the Mega Steelix, the Dragon Dance here in a stockpile. All these Steelixes. I have Papa Berry, so Gluttony. I'm gonna get a second stockpile. Dragon Dance, gonna try to even out that damage. You can only get 3 stockpiles, but you have a limited amount of berries, provided you don't get knocked off. Fire Fang going for the flinch, going for a burn is possible, because if you get the burn, that's pretty nice. Get rid of that damage, because you're not boosting its damage. You get the burn, good move. And they only have Body Press. So, dang, this would have been nice with Body Press too, provided it didn't have those boosts. Like, Body Press is still doing significant damage. You're kind of forcing this to get low. Earthquake doing a lot more than the Body Press, because you do have the attack boost. So, knowing that, they're going for some more attack boost. The next Body Press might kill, depending on the roll. You do see 26, and the roll is not high enough. And you get the kill here with the... No, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you... What? Body Press. Body Press. You did more with the Earthquake. 25. Your Body Press did 26. Maybe I'm tripping. 23. 25. Yeah, I do think Earthquake was a better move here to get the kill off, but the burn's gonna kill it off. And you're getting your first mon down on that, and another 1% Mon. Cuss Step, Explosion. Oh, I'm popping off. Yo, that was nasty. That was nice. Unfortunately, not the highest attack stat. But that was a nasty assist. That was a nasty assist. Explosion, Cuss Step into the Air Slash. Mewtwo, what did you do? You just watched it all happen in front of you. That's it. Now you watch that go pew. Earth Power hit who? And then you just get hit by a motherfucker that flew. Come on. Get out of here. Yo. So Togekiss is confirmed. Scarf. Gonna get the glare on the Mon that's already paired with the Paralyze. Giga Drain's gonna do half to that thing. Sandspit's gonna get up, do a little bit of chip. And that's gonna tug itself, coil, accuracy, but not too much is gonna go on after that. So very well done. All these games are going crazy. Like, thank you.